Pressure groups are organizations that influence government policies by putting pressure on the ruling government. However, unlike political parties, pressure groups do not aim to directly control or share political powers. Pressure groups are formed when people with common occupation, interest, aspirations or opinions come together to achieve a common objective. There are two types of pressure groups: sectional interest groups and public interest groups. The sectional interest groups promote the interests of a particular section or a group of society. Trade unions, business associations, and professionals like lawyers, doctors and teachers are associated in this group. FEDERCOR, a Bolivian organization, is an example of such a group. The main objective of a sectional interest group is the betterment and well-being of their members and not the people in general. On the other hand, public interest groups are organizations that represent common interests for the betterment of people or have a common cause that needs to be defended. For example, the groups fighting against bonded labor or child labor in order to liberate them from such suffering. These groups are also known as promotional groups. A public interest group or a promotional group may also work for self-interest along with others. For example, BAMCEF, the Backward and Minority Communities Employees Federation, is an organization comprising government employees that campaign against caste discrimination. Apart from pressure groups, we also have movement groups. They can be broadly classified under two types: issue-specific movements and general movements. An issue-specific movement seeks to achieve a single purpose within a specified time. For example, the Narmada Bachao Andolan started with a specific issue of the people displaced by the building of the Sardar Sarovar Dam on the river Narmada. Another example is the Nepalese Movement for Democracy, which was formed to overthrow King Gyanendra, who dismissed a democratically elected government. A general movement seeks to achieve a broad-ranging goal in the long term. The environmental movement and the women's movement are good examples of this type of movement. When we say women's movement, it does not mean a single entity led by a single organization, but a label given to a large number of organizations with independent leadership and different views. Sometimes, there is an alliance between all these broad movements which can have an umbrella organization like the National Alliance for People's Movement or NAPM. Different groups and movements struggling for specific issues formed this organization in solidarity with their counterparts around the country. Although pressure groups and movement groups influence politics in various ways, it is the responsibility of our government to ensure the interests of all and not just a particular group or section.